Okay, Pearl Davis nailed something that does need to be discussed. Oh, but first, look at these duckies. Yes, look at you, yes. Oh, you guys are swimming up toward me. Oh, you're playing. You're squabbling. You go, yeah, look at me, I'm a mighty duck. Look at these guys. Look at those beautiful colors. Look at that one, he's just staring. He's just looking at me. Goes, what you about? Ain't touching my hose. Don't talk to my mama. Oh, I love the duckies. One more time, one more. Look at that, look at it. That's like the whole family. It's like the whole extended family. That's really awesome. It's like all of them. I love it. That's great. That's great. Everything's coming up Millhouse for me. All right. Except I think I might not have cut my hair right. Give me 1 second, because something's messing with me. Okay, I just have to get this sensation. No, okay. I wasn't hallucinating, but whoa, jaguar. So, Pearl Davis was totally correct in this. And really, this is something that I think is one of the most important issues having to do with, like, marriage falling off, a lot of issues about just the death of good taste, the death of decent singers and decent performers, is sexy at any age. Both men and women are disgusting after a certain age. It's just, we're just not hot after a certain age, just humans. You get past about 35, you're just not, it's not that great. And really, Pearl is right. There's no way of describing a woman who's 35 and older as hot. That's just not, she's pretty, she's beautiful. Ideally, she's elegant. She's a lady. Like, these are the terms you use in that are respectful. Hot is not actually, classically, it's not a respectful way. Knockout, bombshell, things like that. Those aren't really respectful uses of the language. The respectful uses of the language are things like beautiful. But like what I was saying with elegant, that is a key aspect of as we age, to age with grace and elegance. And that's, without that, you're gross. And old men, we know we're kind of gross. That's why it's like, we're not really, a lot of old men, we just stop trying. You know, like just kind of looking, the best a lot of old cats we can do is looking a little crispy. You know, we got our fits, we got our cool clothes, got our good outfit on, looking clean, looking crispy. But this idea of hot at 35, like, no, it's just, and so this comes from the multi-generational bad taste issue. Bad taste. So, such as leopard print. Leopard print kind of started as almost a joke. In the 90s, you would find old leopard print stuff, usually from like the 60s or 70s at like used clothing stores. But then it became this thing, like women, would do a little bit more and then finally it just became, no, leopard print's the shit. When really, so leopard print, horseshoes and whore boots. A lot of people don't get there's a certain cut of boot that was the boot of prostitutes back in like not that long ago. A lot of stuff that old women wear is just, it's just old whore clothes from another period of time. And it even looks old, above 35, 35 and up. When women try to like spice it up, they look like prostitutes and like old janky ones at that. And so that's why it's like there really needs to be kind of an understanding, like, no, Pearl's trying to help you out. Pearl's trying to help some bitches out, and people, these women just don't want to have it from her. And it's this thing of like, why do you need a bunch of men to chime in to kind of tell you, like, no, there's nothing. Like, the worst of all is when people think they can be Tina Turner. Tina Turner was inordinately good looking in a sense. But a lot of it was that women, a lot of baby boomer women, you know, they're like, Tina Turner's got these amazing legs. And it's like some women's magazine, she's on the cover of it, like, look at my legs, you know, and, you know, she was in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, you know, like looking good in like her 50s, if I remember then. And, you know, and that was the thing is, Tina Turner is, there's just not many people who are built like long and thin like that. They stay that way. It's also this thing of Tina Turner practice strict, I think pretty strict Buddhism to some degree. So it's also this thing of, okay, the other reason for this, one, it's natural to her. Two, doing something like religious practice like Buddhism, that's a bred for trait. That's not, people don't just do that. People don't just engage in mystical religion. You know, it's that's a long bred for trait. And when you find a whole bunch of people who suddenly go atheist in a very short time, in the times that we've had, you're seeing, okay, now you're seeing a component of either sort of a mind virus that's going to cause mutation, or literally just mutation, and people they aren't religious like they would be. Or say, an example of this would be how so many Jews are into socialism. It's because it almost qualifies as a religion, the way that it's constructed. Yeah, it's almost like some weird applied Hegelian mysticism. But a lot of this with, oh yeah, I'm oh, here's a photo of me. I guess I'm really ugly and stuff. And it's just this thing of like, no. Okay, are you married? Are you a mom? And things like that. And are you still good looking at 35? Good for you. Good work. Good fucking work. The vast majority of women, whether they're mothers or not, at the age of 35, they're just not going to get a second look from a 19 through 25-year-old man who has any reason to have sex with anyone else. And there's going to be these women who are going to be like, I pulled a guy, da-da-da, and it's like, so you had a young man of one of the thirstiest possible generations in the history of humankind had sex with what really is like a desperate old woman. And then there's that, where it's like, no, if you're, be something, but don't try to be hot. It doesn't work. And it makes you'll look dumb. Aaron Clary can describe to you this sound that women make when they're in the bar trying to play up hotness when they're too old for it. And it's just sad. It's just this thing that they'll do, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows when you hear that sound, it's old hose, and it's just this thing like, just stop, because the old guys, like, this idea, like, if you're pulling a Steven Seagal at the Jamaican club. Now, anybody who knows their Steven Seagal movies knows exactly how hilarious that, and it's totally like that, bro. Come on, it's like that. That was so good with the ponytail, and and the woman sees him across the room, and it's just like, oh, who's this white man in Jamaica with a ponytail? I love it. That was great. You wouldn't happen to be a police officer, would you? The police officer that everyone's talking about. Are you? What? Me? No. I'm just a guy in Jamaica. What are you talking about? Steven Seagal. This is an odd Aikido master running around Jamaica. In really tight, yeah, running. Steven Seagal running in tight jeans. But it's one of these things that at a certain point, it's like men know, like, no, you can't go to the club, bro. You know, I even remember at one point going to some nights because this homie was a DJ, but it was just like, dude, I can't go to these nights. You know, the crowd's too young, and then just straight up, they're I don't like the crowd. I don't like the fucking crowd anymore. I'm too old for this shit. And you know, like, that's why I play soul music. That's why I'm a soul DJ. You know, it's music for old people. So, and young people, and I think we successfully got some of those young people to get hitched. It's just this thing that now a lot of older women who are now Gen X, millennials, especially the Sex and the City generation, it's just like, could you please stop lying to these young women? Just admit where you fucked up. Just admit it. And then there's the thing of like, oh, and you know, and I'm hot and I have a trans child. And I mean, like, that's another one where it's just like, so you really fucked up. You fucked up so bad your kid doesn't know what their genitals are for. Like, and you see this so much nowadays where it's just like, these just foppish dudes who, you know, are social justice warriors, and they can barely even hold their fucking shit together. They can barely hold their marbles together. You know, they're scrawny and odd, and everything they like is whack, and you're just like, what happened? What the fuck happened? And so yeah, it's bad taste. It's just bad taste. This is done in bad fucking taste. After a woman is about 28 or 29, she has to start reassessing her game. Her game has to become much more this, like, engaging a mature man in mature conversations about mature subjects. And you all can't do that. Not really. You don't really realize, like, how kind of banal a lot of the things you're into are. You know, men really. There's a lot of us talk about this, that we're like, dude. And I overheard these women talking, and I think I got fucking dumber. No, dude, I overheard women talking, and I want to die. Like, because it's about almost nothing. And then food, and then something within 100 feet. Something that is within 100 feet around you, and you're just sitting there like, is this, how did it, what the fuck, you know? And you can't even believe when people are like, what do you mean you think about the Roman Empire every day? And it's like one of the most important periods of humanity. Yeah. You know, being that almost every language you're ever going to speak is very likely rooted in Latin or Greek, that's Roman Empire. You know, like, you inherited all that from the Roman Empire. What do you mean? You know, some of the greatest admonitions to from the past to the future. You know, the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius. I mean, just holy shit. And so I just love that Pearl Davis gets, you know, all this flack, and it's like, you're obviously, like, totally carpet bombing the fucking Target girl. Oh, and they're just so mad, you know. And I know there's people, oh, you're simping for Pearl, and it's like, Oh no, but oh that, oh the those, oh that fair-skinned, intelligent woman, oh no, who's not exactly hard on the eyes, and so it's with very interesting takes on things that are very daring for any woman on the internet nowadays. And so I mean, and really, it's some people are detractors of hers. It's like, do you realize how boring you are and how everything you're saying is pretty much what every other woman on the internet's saying? And it's like, and they can't get that. And Pearl's shaking things up. She's shaking shit up, and it obviously is working because people are obviously, their feelings are hurt, and so that's why it's like it hurts your feelings because the truth is painful. And getting older, lust is for the young. The love game it's all in the game, as the song goes, but it's for the young. Love is a young person's game because there's something stupid about it. That's why they don't there's the admonition, don't marry for love. There's a long old admonition, don't marry for love. No, marry for practical reasons. Because in the long run, that's going to matter to the woman for the most part. The man is he wants companionship. He wants somebody to chat with who remembers that funny time that one thing happened and the kids did this or the dog did that or your friend said this. And you see, that's, for men, that's the whole thing. Being a part of something. Being a part of your life. And that you're on his team. He's on your team, you're on his team, and he feels needed, he looks out for you. That's the practical part. That's the practical part. The love part, like, oh, look at his fucking abs. That did well for me. It did great for me. I can't complain. I most likely got more than my fair share for how much I really tried. Because I was abs guy. And but it's just one of these things that now it's just like, but where are they now? I don't know. I still remember all the fun things. I remember the funny jokes. I remember the thing the cat did that one time, or that goofy dog, and but it's over and it's gone. And I mean, so I have to think about all kinds of other things about getting old. But it's just, yeah, gotta age with grace. You just gotta. I ain't getting more tattoos. I'm old. There's nobody wants to see me. It's like, I'm at that stage in life where I'm like, no, I'll keep the tank top on because nobody wants to see it anymore. I'm old. Let the young men show it off, let the young women show it off, because it's their world. It's sexy is for the young. You got it, see, and what this is too many women spent too much time hating men, and then hating things that required having good taste to understand. And so now they don't understand all these men that they would rather like, but it's like, yeah, but you don't like any of the things I like. How are we going to get along when you don't like the things I like? Because you like binge watching Friends and binge watching TV shows. Like, are you what? What are you, stupid? So read a book. What are you, stupid? All right, later.